this is part 1 by special request. Let's get started. We have G and D in the right hand, D above middle C and G below middle C, and then an A, and then G, B, D all together, and then G and B together, and then keep the G and change the top to middle C, and then keep the G again and change the top to D. So for the right hand, let's continue with right. The right hand is going to play a B right here below middle C, but it's going to be soft. So I'll put a curved line from the left hand to the right because they kind of go together there in accompaniment. So this is not the melody note, so play it softly. And then D and G together above middle C. And then a single F sharp. And then middle C and E together. Middle C and E again. And then a D, and then a C. And then you go down to B, but when you do, put a higher G with it. Okay, so okay, and then we have that B again softly, and then a low G below middle C down here. So that G is below middle C, then an F sharp, and then a middle C with an E. Okay, so a lot of times his melody and his piano playing is the lower note, not the higher one, because it goes da da dum, and the middle C is just a harmony note. Okay, and jump up here, G, A, and then we have D, G, B together, D, G, B. We're pretty low for right hand. And then keep the D, and then F sharp, and then A all together, and then back to D, G, B. Okay, let's go that far with left hand. We have a G down here. Here's middle C, so here's the G you want, and then up to a D, and then up to a G. So G, D, G, and then a single A really softly, and then a B, and then a D really softly, and then the right hand will play that B. And then a low B. This is a low B way down here, almost off the board. And then this C is right here, and then a low C, and up to G, back down to the low C, and then a higher D up here, D, and then a higher E right there. And then a low E and then a lower E. So low E, and then this E will be off the board, but it's an E, really low. Okay, and then a C right here, and then a low C, and then a D, and then a single F sharp, and then we're back to G. Now let's put hands together from the beginning. And then together, and then left, left, and then right, and then together here, and then just right hand. And then the left comes in, B, D, and then softly with the B on the right hand, and then a really low B down here. If you don't play some of the notes soft, it's not going to sound right. Let's do the rhythm there again from the beginning. Let me do it again. Alright, now starting here. Then together, and then low C. So, bum, 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 bum is the rhythm. Again. Then the right hand comes in here. And then you play these two together, but play the D softly. Okay, it sounds bad all by itself, but that's what you do. And then these are together. And then just left. And then right hand on the B softly. And then low E and then lower E. Okay, let me go from right here and you can hear the rhythm. Again. Okay, and then the right hand, bum, bum, and then together here, and then a low C, and then bum, and then together here, and then the right hand's all by itself, and then the left hand goes G, low G. Alright, so from the beginning to here, so you can hear the rhythm. And these two G's are quarter notes. 1, 2. Then the right hand has a D down here. and then middle C with an E, again, and then back to D, G, B, then D, G, B again, and then D and A together, and then G, A right at the end, and then we have G, B, D, and then a G, softly. Or no, that G's not soft, it's part of the melody. And then D, G, B again, and then D and A together, and then G and B really softly at the end there, okay? Left hand has the low G octave there, and then a C right here, and then the low G octave again, G, G. And I put a curved line because they're 8th notes, boom, boom. And then a D octave from low to high, D, D, because they're 8th notes, and then G, G, then G, G again, and then softly, or actually the B can be played kind of loudly, and then softly on the D, and then a really low B down here, almost off the board. Okay? So I'm going to start right here with hands together. So D, then together here, by itself, and then by itself, and then left hand comes in, and then right, right, and then left, and then right, and then together here, and then right, and then left by itself, and then right, right, and that B comes in afterwards. Boom, boom, B. Okay? And then D, G, B. And I put a curved line there because the right hand's kind of taking the accompaniment a little bit. Alright, let me go from here a little bit faster so you can hear the rhythm. Here, how softly I play the end of that because it's just fill-in. Okay? Let's go through the whole thing now. Alright, from the beginning. Oh, I'm sorry, I messed up. Let me go again. To the intro, and the guy who did this as a special request, I will send you the links for the rest of the song when I complete them so you can finish the song. But here's part 1, and again, if you want to contact me, you can do so by sending me an email to easypianoLessons@yahoo.com, and the website is www.webpianoteacher.com. Hope you enjoy it.